Is access to commercial kitchen space a barrier for businesses in Northern Arizona?
I think that it is. I think I can't speak because I more provide technical assistance to businesses. I would actually like to hear other people's thoughts, but I know that there is very limited commercial kitchen space, especially for people who want to develop value-added products that require a licensed facility. And I think it's also very challenging for businesses to operate a commercial kitchen when they lease space. There's a lot that goes into it. So there's probably not a lot of incentive to start one.
Yeah, I think from, and Barb can speak to this later. I know she's actually, I think she's still in the process of building her own commercial kitchen, because in Kingman, I think there's one that you could lease out at, it's like a edible arrangement place in town. And I know in Havasu, Reagan from the Havasu Farmers Market at the KWS, they have a commercial kitchen they can rent there. So there's stuff that is close nearby, but it's, I mean, definitely you have to pay to use it. And I know Joel can probably speak a little bit more to the processing part of it.
As far as a commercial kitchen, it's just on the table for us, being as rural as we are. We do have Mojave County's only state inspected poultry process center, and that was a lot of hoops to jump through, dealing with the state, working with the design and whatnot. In general, if there were more opportunities for processors, as well as commercial kitchens available and whatnot, you'd see the whole movement kind of jump forward. As it sits right now, I only have 2 butchers that I can choose from. We're doing beef and pork. A lot of people that would like to get started in chickens don't have any legal way to process those chickens and then sell them. It's perfectly legal to raise them for yourself, butcher them for yourself, eat them, and share them with friends and whatever. But from a commercial standpoint, if you don't jump through the hoops that the state laid out in front of you, you can't sell farmers markets, you can't sell restaurants, you can't sell customers direct legally. Anyway, I know there's people that do it anyway. But at some point, you look back and you see all the money that you have invested in your infrastructure, and you have to ask, and to skirt the system like that, is it worth it to take that chance and not do it correctly? And the answer for us is definitely no.
Is there a cost to learn about food preservation and canning?
Assuming that's for me.
Yeah.
I have. Well, it depends on the course and who you take it from. If it's a hands-on course, there's usually a cost because unless we got a grant to cover the cost, but we don't have a grant to cover the cost for that right now. So usually for a hands-on class, we charge cost to just deliver the course itself. The class that I'm about to offer will be free. I expect it's going to fill up quickly though, so I'll probably have to offer it more than once. It's more of a informational about just introduction to canning, and this one will just be about canning that I'm offering in April. But there won't be a cost for that one. And if you go to the Cooperative Extension site for Yavapai County, you can request to be on our mailing list, and you can be added to find out about any of our classes that are being offered in advance, ahead of schedule, or as soon as they come out, and then you can register for those. I should have information for the class up by next week. It's supposed to be April 7th in between 5 and 7.
Taylor, where is the cottage food program located within the state? Which department?
It's located in the Department of Health Services and Environmental Health Services.
The question was, where can we participate in your food costing workshop? And then how frequently is it offered?
The food costing is a new workshop. We hope to have it done by the end of the spring. And again, if you go to the Cooperative Extension website and call our office and be asked to be added to our mailing list, you can get information for that, or you can, they'll add it to you and then you'll get information about any class that we offer. We do fruit tree pruning, all kinds of things. And then and it should be a virtual class coming up because we still aren't doing in-person classes. You can also go to the Cooperative Extension website and just go to the events calendar and see things that are happening.
Perfect. Another question for you, Hope. Have you found any workarounds with regards to canning around commercial kitchens and cottage industry?
Well, the only thing that you wouldn't be using a commercial kitchen for canning would be jams and jellies right now. They're high acid foods. Jams and jellies are fruits. The acid content of a food determines like the type of process that you can use. So if you do jams and jellies, and if you go to the cottage food page, those are now something that you can do at home. Otherwise, you will need to have testing of your product to make sure that it's at a safe pH. And you'll need to get a processing license, at least in Yavapai County. That's the problem with food safety. It's good and it's bad in that, you'll get to know your local health department. And so I can only speak to Yavapai County regulations right now. I did have connections in Coconino. That's the reason I also mentioned Christy. She might be able to help. If not, I can talk to Christy and she can find out locally. But for these processing licenses, it's really a county by county basis about what they require.
Said $25,000 income per year for small farmers is below poverty level. How many small farmers are able to solely subsist with farming? And Isaac said very few are doing this because of the household income. Most of them are doing part-time. Andrea, if you want to talk about that a little bit, and Joel, I think both of you might be able to explain why, you have a second income, or, you might have to do it part-time.
I mean, I think it's like any business. I mean, it takes time to get a profit going. And I think that's if you like Joel said earlier, like if you're going to be farming, you have to realize that you are running a business if you're doing this for an income. And so you have to, like I said, if you start small and realize if this is something you want to do or not for a business, but also realize it's going to take a few years, and create a business plan so that you can, make sure you're paying yourself at the end of the day. But yeah, I think that 25,000 income level was for the exemption for the FSMA. And obviously, if you want to be doing this as a sole income thing, you probably need to be planning to be a little bit over that. But yeah, it's like, you just got to plan for running a business here. So, and quite honestly too, my family has a second income, which helps me reinvest more of my earnings back into the farm too.
Figure it out. So it looks like we can maybe have some cool breakout conversations during the expo about, these value added steps of the food supply chain. Obviously, we need more growers, but food is not just consumed fresh. There's always other ways of getting access to it. Additionally, something to be aware of with some of our members in the tribal communities, food access is an issue when it comes to preparing and cooking fresh stuff. So having value-added stuff that has a longer shelf life is an important thing. So